drop off and pickups at school, and now I'm playing Monday night. So I was a little going just way too fast. And then I settled down and just said, hey, you've done this your whole life. This is what you do. You don't need to make it more than what it is. Just go out there, be you. You're free. There's no pressure. They needed you, and you're going to make the best of it. And from that point on, it was mainly just how much my body could handle and transition and become strong enough to play more downs than what we started. But it was perfect the way it worked out. That first game, we played 19 plays and we blew them out, so I didn't have to really stress and the body in the second half. I played 3 plays and that was it, so I didn't have to overdo it. Then they gave us an extra week. You head to Tampa, played 60-something snaps that game, and felt good. Came away from that game not hurting myself anymore, leg-wise, and running around and doing the things that you need to do. And then that obviously led into the championship game last week. So it's been a slow progression, a lot of work. And I don't think people understand. Nobody would understand, but just I've never worked so hard in my life over the last 4 weeks to get my mind, body ready for this because I've been behind the 8 ball for 2 years. So it's been great. The plan put forth with Raheem and Sean and the training staff has worked out perfectly. Now able to be the best version of myself for the Super Bowl, and that's what was the best case scenario if we made it this far.
Hey, Eric, Stu Jackson with the Rams.com. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
So forgive me if you've been asked this already, but just how surreal is this for you? I mean, just to go from unretiring and, I mean, regardless of how long this journey went, you wanted to take the most of it. You talk to your kids about living life with no regrets, things like that. So to go from that to now actually, having the chance to, I guess it sounds like, I don't think there's going to be another comeback after the Super Bowl to, ride your career out, with an appearance in the Super Bowl here.
Yeah, I mean, it was the initial shock of it all that Tuesday night, deciding if I was really going to do it, and then deciding that. And honestly, it's as if I've been here this whole time. I don't know why. That's just how I feel mentally. The group, the guys have welcomed me, have been excited for me, and and I'm an all-in type guy, so I jump right in and just tried to do the things that I've always done. And a lot of these things come second nature. You wake your body up, you're doing movements, you're lifting, you're doing treatment, you're recovering, you're waking these muscles up that haven't been really used in a couple of years, and then it all starts falling into place. And as crazy as it sounds, mentally and emotionally, I feel like I've been a part of the journey, even though I haven't been on the team, because I know what has happened, know how the games have gone. I know the ups and downs, the good plays, the bad plays, and so forth. So it's not really so surreal in this moment. There's a job to be done, and the job's not finished. And the focus and determination and sacrifices to get this dub on Sunday. And that's what it's been every week, to do whatever I can to make sure I'm on point for the game and make sure my teammates are, and putting them in the best position possible to be successful. And outside of that, nothing else matters. And that includes everything up until this point. All that matters is playing great on Sunday and hoisting that trophy. And then we'll celebrate after that. But until that happens, the job's not finished.
Jory, go ahead.
Look at these sweet sweatshirts. You guys see those? 2.0.
I'm going to move over to Nick.
I don't know if anyone's laughing, but I'm laughing.
Nick, go ahead with your question. All right, we'll try Josh. Josh, go ahead. I think you got to accept the pop-up and unmute yourself. All right, we'll try Drake. Jake, can you ask your question, please?
Hey, Eric. It's Jake here from the Undersetted podcast all the way over here in Dublin, Ireland. Congratulations on getting to the Super Bowl. I've been a big fan of yours for a long time now. The question is for you, what's next after the Super Bowl? Obviously, if you win this, you're going to go for a big party. And you said you're going to go back to retirement, but have you got any other plans?
Party till the sun comes up Monday morning. And I'll be forever be known, change my name maybe to champ or Super Bowl champ or world champion, maybe along those lines. But seriously, just back to being at home and doing the fam kid duty and getting ready to coach my son's 14U tackle football team. So I was my son's 12U head coach this past year. And loved it, and I plan on doing that again. And it brought a lot of joy and fulfillment coaching him and all his buddies and seeing the kids grow and pushing them to greatness. And that's what I look forward to doing. Definitely not coming back after this. Everything, all the stars had to align for this to happen. I don't see that happening ever again.
Hey, Eric, Christian from WRHU in New York.
How you doing, Christian?
Good. How refreshing has it been to be back in the Super Bowl or back in the NFL and now be in the Super Bowl? And what do you expect on Sunday?
It's cool to be back doing what you love to do in a sense. I love where I was at and I was happy with it, but you just can't replicate doing what you dream of doing and loving every day of it, every moment, the working out, the treatment, the meetings, the grinding, the film study, all that goes into it. You just don't get that anywhere else. So that has been awesome to be back with the guys and helping the guys and intertwining myself back in it has been really a joy for me. It brings out the young kid in myself. And what I expect on Sunday is doing whatever it takes to get this win and handling the ebbs and flows of the game, staying in the moment, and doing what we do. I mean, everything before or after is irrelevant once you cross those white lines and you're in the game. The fans don't matter. The halftime show don't matter. Everything is irrelevant. You just got to go out and do your job. And that's what we've been stressing and doing and talking about is do what we do, right? Be loose, but be serious and be in the moment, right? Be in the meeting rooms, be on task, and just doing a little more, sacrificing a little more this week so you put your best foot forward to play great on Sunday. And then whatever happens, happens. I mean, this is the craziest story ever. So I've already won. And my play is playing like that. I'm playing free, and I think this team is. We're just going out there having fun, enjoying the moment with this group of men that'll never be the same after this season, and seeing what we can do with it. So, we're going against a great team that has earned their way in there, who have weapons across the board, have had a great defense, create turnovers. I mean, this is a great matchup that whoever wins will earn their way into immortality in the record books. And hopefully it's us.
Hey, Eric, how are you doing today?
Great.
John Shear, Sideline Sports. So you talked about playing free, and you had hit on Mike Evans a few weeks ago. Did Sean McVay talk to you a little bit about that? And do you think that might be an issue in the Super Bowl, playing that kind of free football?
Have you? So obviously, Sean didn't need to say anything to me because if anyone's ever been in that situation, they understand what I'm doing, and I'm going to break up that ball. And will I change the way I play because it's a Super Bowl? No. I play balls to the wall, and I'm playing to make plays. And if you don't know what it's like to be in there, you don't really understand it. So it's not really even worth talking about it outside of that. So I'm not worried one bit. I play the game the right way. I played the game the right way my entire career, and I'll continue doing that.
Hi, Eric. Nikki Jabala with the Washington Post.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great.
What is it like working with Ejiro, and how have you seen him kind of grow as a coach?
Oh, it's been awesome. I mean, I was with him a couple years ago, and seeing his growth, his identity as a coach continue to grow and mold, and how he works with different players and how you handle different personalities. I mean, that's as much as to deal, as a ingredient for a successful coach is how you handle and deal with different personalities, how you get the most out of everybody. And I feel like he's done a great job with this group. Obviously, there's ups and downs, and it's never easy with DBs. I can tell you that. We are the ones that require the most attention in a sense. But he's held the group together, and you got to point at the leaders. With Jalen, the way he plays on the field, how violent and how smart he plays, just one of a kind. And the young bucks with Fuller and Rapp and D Will and D-Lo, and I mean we got a real talented young group that has really come together at the end of the season. And you got to point to the secondary coach for that, and Coach E with Cooley as a corners coach, assistant, helping out, and couldn't be more happy and ecstatic for him for hopefully I think the D coordinator job in Denver. What a great opportunity that he's earned and grown into that role. So we're just trying to finish this week off right, so we can all be Super Bowl champs, and then we go our different ways.
Nikki, did you have a second question?
No, that's great. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll come back to Tom.
Eric, the Bengals offense, see if you buy this. The quarterback's been very, very good at reading defenses. Their top three receivers as a group, very, very good. Tight end, very good. What is the challenges that they present? Obviously, Joe Mixon's dangerous too.
You basically ran down all the guys. Well done. Yeah, it's been a super impressive season for this group as a whole, right? It starts with Joe. His ability to dissect and decipher what the defense is doing and then get the ball out on time. I mean, led the league in completion percentage, and able to make all the throws, just his moxie, his command. I love his grit, and he just seems like a dude that you'd want to go run through a wall for. And he's not into all the BS. He's not into the social media type crap. I mean, he just wants to be great and wants to be the best football player he can be. And I love that about guys, and respect the heck out of that. So we're up for the challenge. Obviously, they have weapons across the board. Mixon is one of my favorite backs in the league. Good buddies with him. Been close contact with him over the last couple of years, just being there for him, and couldn't be happier for him and his success. And then you look at the trifecta with Boyd, Chase, and Higgins. They're all very explosive, but all a little bit different within what they do in their scheme. And it's going to be a huge challenge. I mean, they're here for a reason, and they all can make plays. They've all made plays, big time plays. Obviously, the stats back that up, but just in the flow of the game, they'll be, maybe struggling or trying to get something ignited, and then one of those guys make a huge play, whether it's Chase on a run after catch or making a leaping catch in the end zone, or Higgins going across the middle, just snagging the balls. He's such a natural catcher of the ball. It has been fun to watch him over the season, and obviously studying them as a group. Those tough catches over the middle, the jump balls, the 50-50 balls, always seems to catch him with his hands, which is not so often you see that with receivers. Some receivers are just really good, but they're not natural catchers of the ball. And then Boyd is the veteran of the group. I mean, he's been playing for a long time, it seems. Our times in Baltimore, he was there just making plays all over the field and doing all the tough stuff, the under routes, the pivots, third down catches. He really comes alive in those situations. And, it's a huge, huge challenge. I don't know if 87 will be back. Hope he is, because, you want everyone to play in the Super Bowl and experience that. So, obviously another guy that can get open and make plays, and a safety valve for Joe over the middle, and does so much for their team. So, when you look at it, it's gonna be an amazing opportunity for us to go match up with them and try to do our best to hold them down and limit their big plays as best we can. But they are a great group, and they're gonna make plays. That they're that good. So we just got to be right there, be on the hip, limit their yak as best we can, get them down, run to the football, do all the things that we've been doing over the last 3 weeks, and just tighten up the screws on some other areas, because they'll exploit any mishaps we've had defensively, whether it's communication or any coverages where we've not been on our game coverage-wise. So it's exciting for me. And a fun fact, so with Higgins, I was going to tell him this at some point, maybe on Sunday I'll tell him, but, I played fantasy football for the first time, and he was one of my receivers that I drafted. And so I watched a lot of him all season just because he was on my team, and now I'm going to go stop him in the Super Bowl. So it's crazy how the world works.
Jory, you can go ahead. We still can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Can you hear me now?
Hi, Eric. Jory Epstein with USA Today. How are you doing?
How are you? Great to see you or hear from you.
I spoke with Mo this morning, and one of the ways he described your basketball games was, he said, facilitator during the game, but at the end, getting everybody else open, but at the end of the game, you really shut it down. I wanted to know if you see any, similarity between that and your tackle for loss in the fourth quarter last game, and just how do you think that mindset will carry over into the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, when I play basketball, I try to get everyone involved and try to make them feel comfortable out there. I feel I can get my shot at any moment, so it's very easy for me to get everyone else involved. And that's kind of how I play as a football, on the football field. Like, I want everyone to be confident out there. I want me to do the thinking for everybody so they can play free and play fast and know that. If I alert something for them, or if I see something, to trust me, and if it doesn't go well, then I own it, and it's my fault, it's my bad, it's not their fault, and that's how you have a great secondary. That's how you have a great defense. Is everyone plays together and plays as one. And there are times in a game where you just go for it and you live with the results, right? I've always trusted my gut and trusted my instincts when I'm on the field, and that it won't change. And all the time, the preparation, the studying is for those moments that when you see it or you feel it inside your core that something's about to happen, you go do it. And case in point that, the 2nd and 1 and some other plays that have happened, you just go, you read, react, you eliminate and anticipate. And it's worked well throughout my career, and that's the way I play the game. And hopefully make some big plays in the Super Bowl.
Martin, you can go ahead.
Hi, Eric. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Great. Yourself?
I'm fine, thanks. Here, Martin Wiesenberg for No Huddle in Argentina.
Okay.
So you just spoke about the offense of Cincinnati. You kind of dissect all the players and their abilities. What would you say is the biggest challenge of facing the Cincinnati offense with all their star power they have?
Just they're handling the wrinkles, right? They're gonna try, probably try tempo. They'll try no huddle, having a great plan and understanding of those situations, and executing the call, executing the defense, executing your checks on defense, and really handling Joe inside the pocket, right? He is sometimes a magician back there, how he gets out of these sacks, and he extends plays with his feet, and always has his eyes downfield to make the big play. And those guys continue to work on the outside. So for me, I just think we just have to stay within ourselves and do what we do, play great, sound defense, communicate, and try to limit the big plays as best as possible, whether it's in the screen game, whether it's to catch and run, or the plays, the balls up the field. They're going to have chances, and we just got to come down with those 50-50 balls. And if they do catch them, then we're all running to the football and tackling them and picking up our guy in the process, right? Because it takes all 11. It takes a pass rush, it takes a secondary, the linebackers, it takes everyone. So there's multiple things to be able to handle in a game like this, and with an offense like this that can, at any moment, can make a play to sway the momentum. And we got to be always on our toes and always in the moment every snap. Whether it's a good or bad previous play, we move on and have to be totally intent and focused on that one play.
Connor, go ahead.
Yes. Hi, Eric. I'm Connor from Weddle Media. Obviously, you spent most of your career with the San Diego Chargers before they became Los Angeles Chargers. Now you're playing with the Rams. For someone was born in California, how does it feel playing so close to home, not in your NFL career for the majority of it?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Out of 32 teams, I got lucky to get drafted by the home team in San Diego, and being able, be 2 hours south of where I grew up, which is crazy. To be able to have my family and friends at every home game for those 9 years was just super special, and something that you try not to take for granted, because I could have easily ended up in any part of the country, and I was able to play in San Diego, and then coming full circle, going to Baltimore, and then ending up in LA my last year and having the opportunity to come back. All those things had to happen over 15 years for me to be in this moment right now, back with this team. If one of those things didn't happen, I wouldn't be here right now. All those things had to happen. All those decisions, all the ups and downs had to coexist and happen for me to be sitting here in front of you guys a week of the Super Bowl. So just super humbled by it all and grateful. And, opportunity knocks. Are you going to be able to answer it? And are you going to be ready for it? So hopefully people see that from me as an example to live life to the fullest and go for it, right? Go for whatever you're doing and be great at it.
Tom, you can go. We'll come back to Jory then.
Eric, you and Jalen have talked about how even before you rejoined the team, you would send him some texts after games with advice. Can you give some examples of what play it was, what the advice was on, if you've got your phone on you? But I'd love to include that color in our story.
Yeah. it's funny. Me and Jalen hit it off right when he got here, and it's never easy. Can't imagine getting traded midseason and coming to a new team. And we just see eye to eye. Jalen is a very unique, special individual, and when you hit heights and you have lofty goals, you gravitate towards others who feel the same and think the same, right? And we think very similar on a lot of things on the football field and even off the field. And I just love and appreciate his strive for greatness, his relentless attitude of being the best, and just what a good-hearted, he's just got so much good vibes about him that you just want to be around. And so we hit it off, and he was really, really not very happy with me when I retired. He didn't talk to me for like 6 months, and he was not happy because he wanted me to continue playing and build off what we did. And I just like, bro, I couldn't do it. So over the last couple of years, he finally came around. He's gotten older, more mature in his later days. And so when I would text him, it would just be like mostly encouraging him and staying on it. And, he's the guy, right? So different responsibilities come when you're the guy of the group and the defense, and just trying to give him little tidbits here and there to try to help that transition. And, a funny text that I sent him, I can't remember which game it was, but I texted him, and he was man-to-man on a tight end, and he ended up running like a little skinny route on him, caught the ball. And I texted him after the game, and I said, bro, like, you got to tighten up. You got to tighten up that technique, bro. You let a tight end catch the ball on you. And I know that's not our standard. I know that. He's like, you're right, big bro. You're right. And, he tightened it up. It's just little things like that where I can still get through to him, knowing that it's coming from my heart, right? Because I want him to be the very best, and I'm not attacking him. And, you learn as you go how to relate to guys and how to be able to get through to guys, what makes them tick, right? What they're all about, how they grew up, all those little things that matter to you as a teammate matter to me. And so I was able to keep that relationship tight. And then now it's even grown even more over the last month, being back on the field together and working hand in hand, trying to get this thing right. And we talk about all the time, man, this is where legends are born, in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. And I expect Jalen to go out there and put his imprint on this game and to set a standard even more so than he's already done of what he wants to be viewed as potentially maybe the best ever.
Christopher, you can go ahead.
Hi, Eric. This is Chris Heidel from Herberton Radio in Baltimore, Maryland.
How you doing, Chris?
How are you doing?
Great.
Just talk about your time in Baltimore. What did you learn playing with the Ravens, and what was it like being there this week, for the Super Bowl, known as in your home backyard?
Yeah, I mean, Baltimore was a great 3-year run for me. Brought the love back to my life for football. And obviously it's all documented, so I don't need to really get into all that stuff. But I just enjoyed every second I was out there. We moved out there full time. Our kids went to school out there. We didn't come back in the off seasons, and we really made Baltimore home. And we love the people. We love the city. Obviously, the organization was top notch. It was just as a player, you do so much and you try to do things the right way. And it felt good to be wanted again, honestly, and to be respected. And that's what they gave me. And I made some relationships there that'll last a lifetime. And that's what this game can bring if you're willing to open up and really willing to give it your all, right? And, I mean, shoot, I had Steve Bisciotti shoot me a text just saying how pumped he is that I was back and that he's pulling for me. I mean, that just doesn't happen at all places. And that's Baltimore's a very special place, from the owner all the way down with everyone in the organization, and I have a special place in my heart for them and enjoyed every second I was there. I really did. And now being back in the Super Bowl in my basically, hometown. Things don't happen like this all the time. They don't. And you just got to try to take it one day at a time, but also understand the opportunity that you're here, and let's not squander this chance for everyone, right? But including myself. Like, this just doesn't happen. Being retired for a couple of years and being back and now in the Super Bowl, like, nah. So I'm just trying to do whatever I can to make it a reality and be a Super Bowl champ.
All right, we'll go with Ben here for the last question.
Hey, Eric, I've been bouncing around, so I apologize if this has been asked already.
No worries.
But just what do you think is the most important thing you've brought to the team since joining?
Oh, gosh. That's probably a good question for everybody else. Jeez. I just am who I am, right? I love this game. I bring energy. I bring a unique ability to bring guys together, I think. And I don't know. We'll look back at this season and I feel like I'm meant to be here in this moment, right? Was it meant to be after that tough Frisco game to come back in the building and bring the guys together and get over that tough loss? Was it, to be able to be there starting the NFC Championship and just the physicality of that game to get over the hump against a team that had our number over the last couple of years? Like, I don't know. Or maybe it's in the Super Bowl and I find a way to help someone at some point to make the play that wins us the game. I don't really know, but it's I'm just here loving it and grateful for it. And I don't know. I just think I hold everyone to a certain standard. I hold myself to the highest standard, and I want everyone to raise their level in every moment, right? As soon as you're in this building, right? It's about being great. It's about doing whatever it takes to get the most out of now, right? And tomorrow can be tomorrow. Let's worry about now in this moment. And when I'm always getting on guys about being great and that focus, that intent, maybe it rubs off on people. I don't know. But, I think the guys have enjoyed me being around. And if I'm a little overbearing, then better step it up then.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Good to go?
Good to go.
All right.